happened in the last video.
Did I get it? Holy...
And here is more MrDudeManSir.
Hello! And welcome to MrDudeManSir. And today, I am playing some more Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Because apparently people want to see more of this, and I am happy to play more of this. In the last episode, I was in 3A, and that little jump scare with Sachiko appeared. Well, Sachiko's mom, not Sachiko, but I don't know where to go right now. That's actually where I was in the middle of right when the episode ends. I was just searching around, and I found this little spot between the school building, and I was sucked in and jump scared by Sachiko's mom. So I'm going to just check the nurse's office, because I don't remember checking this in a while. Is there anything here? Doesn't seem like anything new, is there? Hey, there's a barrel. Just your average barrel. What about the bed? Maybe possibly something under there? No. What about the shelves? I already checked this before. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Let's press this. Maybe I need to go up here. Okay, something happened in the middle of me going to the girls' room. No matter how much I wandered, I just couldn't seem to figure out where Seiko had run off to. And I had been teased from the shadows and frightened the whole time I was searching. I couldn't take much more of it. I was losing my mind. When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the 3rd floor of the school building. Dots. I began to doubt myself, to doubt the fated events that lay ahead, whatever these horrific future memories were. It couldn't actually happen, right? I had no real reason to doubt the things I'd been envisioning, of course, but I had kept telling myself it was all just paranoia. I'd experienced deja vu many times in my life. Ever since I was a little girl, it didn't seem to mean anything. Someone once told me that deja vu was just the brain recognizing a similar situation from one's past and making false connection, pulling the wrong file. Please, no more. Seiko! Seiko, please! Don't leave me by myself! I basically lost all ability to reason, as if my mind had been taken over by some outside force. I broke down on the spot and began crying. What's that? A loud sound caught my attention. It sounded like someone kicking a wall. I shot up from the ground as if I were yanked. As I rose, my brain began recognizing a similar situation from my past. A file was being pulled. No. The sounds of a struggle, coming from inside the bathroom stall. It's exactly the same. Oh no. Oh no. There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' lavatory. It didn't feel like there was anyone else in here with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the 3rd stall door from the back, as if it was just closed. Dots. My heart was racing. I was so nervous. It felt like all the blood in my head, the body, began flowing reverse, behind this door. Oh, good, Seiko's not in it. Phew. Seiko, where are you? I miss you. Just looking at the news sent a wave of dark feelings through my mind. The specter of death was right in front of me, baring its fangs. If I went too much longer without finding her... Ah! That same dull thud echoed again from behind me. Startled, I turned back towards the stall. No one was there. So what was I hearing? The wall. There's a breeze coming out from it. I stepped inside and began lightly knocking on the back wall in several different spots. Ah, it's hollow. Looking closely, the wall did jut out very slightly, just around the exact spot. Unconsciously, I pushed on it, and a small piece of paneling swung out onto the space beyond like a door. It was well hidden, to say the least. Never once would I have guessed there would be a hidden room behind this particular bathroom stall. It's really dark in here. The room was extremely narrow, making me feel longer than it was. You could fit maybe two mats on the ground there, end to end. A hole was cut onto the floor in the back, outfitted with a ladder leading down to the main school building below. I peered down the hole, but could see no sign of a floor, nor the end of a ladder. This thing could lead all the way down to the ground level, or even farther. This is the ladder that led down to the TV room in the other game. Yuck. Whether due to pressure differentials, or the breeze in the air, the secret door suddenly shut itself behind me. That must have been what I was hearing earlier. A wretched smell was wafting up from below, hardly a surprise given where I was. I didn't want to imagine what unspeakable things might await me at the bottom of this ladder, but as Seiko had gone this way, I shook off my misgivings and began descending. Those are the weirdest noise I've ever heard someone climb down a ladder before. I wondered if maybe this ladder ended in the garage dump or something. I stopped back in my tracks, seriously considering turning back. But I didn't want to miss something, and have to do this again later, so I figured I might as well tough it out and see what I might find at the bottom. I was waffling between the desire to be thorough and my instinct to turn back, but I kept climbing down a while, holding my breath as much as I could. Sure is wet. If I'm not careful, I might just Oh. What? I'm really glad it's not a garbage dump. I seem to be in a cave-like room, with muddy walls and dirt floor. Looking up, I could see a very faint light coming from the hole I just climbed through, but the whole area was otherwise pitch black. There doesn't seem to be anything to find in here at all. I'm probably just wasting my time. While surveying my surroundings as best I could, I attempted to stand up, but that didn't go very well. Oh! Ow! What the heck? My ankle was swollen pretty badly, and felt like it was on fire. It was the same sprained ankle Seiko had tended to earlier. I must have been landed on it when I slipped from the ladder, aggravating it further. No. Why is this happening? I mean, another attempt to get up. This time onto my good ankle. If I shifted my weight until the majority of it rested on that leg, maybe I could walk. Ow! No such luck. I wasn't going anywhere. I was stuck in this dark, dank cave, where no one would ever find me, with a ladder I couldn't use. My leg had begun going numb, and the pain from my ankle was almost unbearable. No, I have to get out of here. I have to. Leaning on the wall for support, I attempted to stand once more, this time holding my sprained ankle in the air as best I could. I placed both my hands on the ladder, but it was no use. I couldn't even make the first step. Mustering all my strength, I figured I could just give jumping a try, even if it was only with one leg. But as soon as the other came in contact with the bottom rung of that wet, slippery ladder, I could feel myself turning pale. I was well and truly stuck. This was no joke. I was frantic. I tried climbing the ladder again and again, but just kept finding myself sprawling unceremoniously across the ground. I couldn't even say how many times I challenged those dang rungs. I even searched the walls nearby for another way out, but it was simply no use. Tears were welling up in my eyes uncontrollably. I'm so sorry, Seiko. I can't make it. I can't save you. And then, all of a sudden, I sense a person in front of me. If you want to find your friend, you can't just give up. I'm impressed that you made it this far. You've done well. Hey, Sachiko, how you doing? It was a little girl. She was just there, and she spoke to me in a very comforting voice. Then she hugged me tightly, as if trying to enshroud my head with her being. There. It'll all be right. I'll let you see her, if you'd like. Will you listen to what I have to say? I didn't care who. I didn't care if it was a person or a ghost. I just wanted somebody, anybody, to save Seiko. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Everything's going to be okay. Painful memories, you see. Are the funniest of them all. I could see a bad end coming. Or not. What just happened? Okay, I'm up here again, but now I have to scream. Naomi, you insensitive jerk. No, I shouldn't say that about her. It was my fault. Naomi was just scared, and after what she went through, I don't blame her. She's always been so cheery and so kind. But I brought out all her pain, all her tears, and that's the one thing our friend should never do. I've skipped it on accident, but I think I can know. I just skipped it again, trying to unskip my skip. I feel so lost without you. It's the same for me, Seiko. Seiko, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I just want us to be together forever. Naomi. But when I'm with you, did I make you mad? Did I rub you the wrong way and make things unbearable for you? Of course you don't. That would just be being stubborn and pouting and behaving like a spoiled brat. Seiko approached me with her arms outstretched. She wanted to hug me, and I immediately obliged, without the slightest hesitation. This was Seiko, warm and alive, soft and smelling lovely as usual. I'll never let you go again. Me either. You better not. There's a Japanese-style room over there, with tatami mats and everything. We should go sit down and try to calm our nerves a little. A break sounds nice. Let's go. Custodian's closet? This is one of those doors that wouldn't open, isn't it? Oh, huh. I passed out earlier, I guess. When I came to, I was lying out in this room. I was someplace on the ground, I think, with no way out. And then I saw a little girl, was it? For the life of me, I just couldn't remember clearly. That's really odd. Maybe you have a guardian angel on your side, or a ghost. I believe is more of some sort of like brutally murdering demon. Just saying. Come on, don't say that. Well, remember what that spirit told us when we first got here? He said that not all ghosts are bad. Not all bad, huh? Seiko calmly opened the door and stepped into the custodian's closet. I could hardly believe this was the same person who got scared out of her mind the first sight of a ghost only a few hours before. You seem a lot more fearless now that you were then. We got here, and you are a lot more or less fearless. As long as you're around, Naomi, I feel like I've got nothing at all to be scared of. That's all well and good, but just make sure you don't let your guard down, okay? There weren't any working lights in the custodian's closet, but it definitely felt a lot safer in here than it did out at the creaky hallways. I want to check something. I have 72 darkening. That is not good. The two of us plopped down next to one of each other. That thing is a mat. For a long while, neither of us said a word. I guess we weren't sure what to talk about. I'm so glad you're okay, Seiko. You too, Naomi. How's the ankle? Still hurt? I feel like it did really badly for a while there, but it's totally fine at the moment. Glad to hear it. Did you manage to find your paper doll scrap? No, it's still missing. Guess it must have dropped somewhere else, and finding anything in this place is still quite a feat. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, but when you get back, we can always ask class rep to perform the ritual again. Then we can— No, that would be a very bad idea, Naomi. That's one of the worst ideas I've heard you ever speak out of your mouth. That's true. Once we calmed down a bit, we reached a point where we simply didn't want to leave the room anymore. We had no desire to go back into those halls, so we didn't. We stayed right where we were for a really long time, just chatting endlessly with one another, casual as can be, about class and the festival and their sleepover the previous night. Ordinary, everyday conversation. But then I happened to look over and catch Seiko staring at me. Yeah, totally. Seiko, was something wrong? Huh? No, it's nothing. Huh? It was too dark to see Seiko's feature in any great detail, but something seemed amiss. It was her face. Was she blushing? Naomi? This is hard for me to say. But, well, what is— She had an uncharacteristically serious expression on her face, and seemed really nervous. What was it, Seiko? What were you trying to tell me? Never mind. Oh, come on! Now my curiosity is killing me. Just spit it out already. Promise you won't laugh? If you don't want me to, then I won't. Okay. Because I'm totally serious. Oh? My heart skipped a beat. This was the beginning. How could I have been so dense all this time? Since we have no idea what's going to happen to us in here, there's something I really need to tell you. Is she going to confess her undying love? Okay. Seiko's focus changed. Her gaze was now directed squarely at my lips. Wait, was this? Will you, kiss me? Huh? I want to kiss you. Why? Because I love you. As a friend, right? Seiko didn't say a word. She just shook her head fervently. I was dumbfounded. Was she confessing to me? I hadn't even had a boy confess to me yet. She hung her head low, staring down at her feet. My silence seemed almost like it was causing her physical pain. She looked like she might explode. I couldn't see her face clearly, but I was certain she must have been quivering and blushing from ear to ear. You're serious? I'd marry you if I could. I want to kiss you, and hug you too. That was the first time I'd ever heard Seiko speak so softly, with such a stammer in her voice. Before I knew it, I was crying. I had no idea why. Seiko, I'm sorry. I ran out of the room and just took off down the hall. But I still couldn't tell why I was crying. It's like I was scared. Or maybe I was happy. Or maybe I just lost a friend. Well then, I don't know what to say, but I could kind of see that coming. I knew that Seiko liked Naomi, and I know Naomi likes her back because I have my ways. Because of the end of the last game and the fact of how she always is like acts around her. She should have just said yes instead of storming out of the room. Now they're both separate again, and now we're probably gonna die. I needed to calm down. The Seiko I was friends with wasn't gone. She hadn't been lost. Regardless of whether or not I was able to return her feelings, I owed her at least a thank you. Seiko must have been pretty deep in regret by that point. I needed to get back to her. I needed to let her know I could still stand by her. Oh, I know what's gonna happen, isn't it? She's gonna commit suicide. You better not freaking do that, Seiko. If she do that, I will be not happy. I was suddenly distracted by the sound of dripping water nearby. It was as if someone had left the faucet on, but only just, and it was slowly spilling out onto the floor. But where was it? It sounded close, yet there was no sign of running water anywhere that I could see. I had a bad feeling about this. That better not be blood. All I knew was, it was close. Like, really close. Wait. No, it couldn't be. I looked down at my feet, and I gasped. An unpleasant-looking black fluid was running down my thighs and pulling up on the floor beneath my feet. And it wasn't stopping. Ew! What the heck? What is this? Ugh. I hesitantly collected a bit of my finger and studied it. It wasn't blood. It was almost tar-like in consistency, smooth and vicious. And it seemed like faintly glowing as well. Why was something like this coming out of my body? Ag! I went to wipe my finger on my skirt and shift in place, only to lose my footing and fall backwards, landing on my rear. Ugh! I put my hands on the sides of my head, closed my eyes and screamed. I'd reached my limit. I just wanted all of this to be over. But try as I might to shut out the word was determined not to be ignored. It was like heaven and earth were moving all around me. I felt dizzy. It was like my soul and my body were separating. I became acutely aware of my own mass and started obsessing over it. I was so heavy. My head in particular. The human cranium weighs about 5 kilograms, and I could feel every last gram straining my neck and muscles. It was hurting my back. What's happening? I'm losing consciousness. I can't open my eyes. All the blood in my body came rushing up to my head. Why was this happening? I couldn't feel the blood vessels in my face pressing against my skin. I could see the blood behind my eyelids. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts so much. The blood just kept coming. It wouldn't stop. It felt as my blood vessels, my eyes, my whole head could burst at any moment. Somebody, please save me. Seiko! Be careful, you're about to fall into the valley of past and future memories. Huh? Just as my last vestiges of consciousness were fading, I heard a little girl's voice, but I was in pain. I was weighed down and I couldn't open my eyes. If you wish to save your friend, you will need to overcome fate itself. What? What are you saying? Ugh. The heaviness in my head grew at an alarming rate, and I heard a tearing sound beneath my ears. It was the sound of a major blood vessel breaking wide open. I was certain I was going to die. But the pain and dizziness simply vanished. I had the sensation of faint shimmering before my eyes, and I wondered if maybe I could open them now. Slowly and carefully I relaxed the muscles that were fearfully holding my eyelids shut. Give me 1 minute, I'm gonna get a drink. That was nice. Well, where am I? That looks like the house where we had that party at before, the big incident occurred. This isn't a heavenly host. I knew exactly where I was. I'd seen the image 1,000,000 times before. I'd seen it just this morning with Seiko. This was my house. And that was a car. Huh. Am I really home? Was it all a dream, maybe? Mom, I'm home. Is that a car, or is that just this noises in the backgrounds? It sounds like a car. I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading now. Something wasn't right. My field of vision was low to the ground, and everything around me looked so much larger than it should. What was going on? Naomi, guess what? I brought you a cat! Huh? Dad? You've always been so mature, watching the house all by yourself when we're away. Come on, pet it. Isn't she great, Naomi? Mom? Now you have someone to keep you company. Sorry we're always so late coming home from work, sweetie. It's so nice that we can trust you, though. I am really sorry. But now you won't be lonely anymore, right? Stop this. That was a very loud thing. May would spend half her time indoors and the other half in the backyard as if it were pasture or something. That is very loud. Holy crap, Cars, you need to calm yourself down. It may not have been much land, but that was her territory, and she rarely ventured outside of it. Once I was so upset that my parents were going to be late coming home from work again that I scooped up May and ran away from home for a little while. Papa, Mama, I hate you. Stop it. It's because you're here, May. Because you're here. Papa and Mama don't think they'd have to come home. It's your fault, you know. Naomi, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Where did you and May run off to? I'm sorry, May. I don't want us to be apart. I said a really mean thing to you, May. I'm so sorry. No, it's alright, Naomi. May will always be there for you. She loves you, you know. She can sense exactly how you feel, and she's very understanding. It wasn't long after that May ran away. I searched for her every day through the teary eyes, but in the end she never did come. It's such a pity, I guess. Even cats get strange ideas in their heads from time to time. That wasn't it. And you two were such good friends, too. I did this. But you make a new friend in no time. You just need to put this out of your mind and move on. It's because May was so understanding and kind-hearted that she disappeared from my life. If only I hadn't said what I said to her. May! Come back! Please! May! May! You never change, do you? Mom? Mom, where are you? She's not here. Naomi? Ah, Seiko! Seiko! Seiko, are you alright? I've been looking all over for you. I'm so sorry about before. She didn't respond. But she didn't have to. This was definitely Seiko. I can't see you very well. Come a little closer, please. Let me see your face. I drew in towards Seiko, who was sitting on the ground and resting my head on her shoulder. Then I wrapped my arms around her. I still couldn't see her face. I thought it might be because of the dim lighting in the room. But no, that wasn't it. Something was very wrong here. Seiko wasn't moving an inch, and that's when I realized. Her skin was cold. Ah! She's dead. Wait, where was I? Was I at home? Or was this heavenly host? Then, the last thing I remembered was frantically trying to find her again. I could smell incense from wherever, some places far off, and finally realized that wasn't reality. now arriving at Kishi Kishi Station. No. No, this person sitting perfectly still on the floor, not saying a word. This wasn't Seiko. So who was it? Naomi. Within the unyielding darkness, I knew that whoever I was talking to, Seiko's shape was coming towards me. Dots. She's here. She's right next to me. I can feel her breath. I can sense her presence. Who are you? I'm your friend, with the broken neck, remember? Huh? This is the future, where you make me die. Freak! Ah! No! Why did you leave me by myself back there? After we finally managed to get back together, too. I was so worried that I'd hurt you. So worried. And that's why things turned out this way. No. Don't say that. As I lay there, stricken with grief, I heard the footsteps of a child approach. I looked up and saw a little girl with a red dress standing over me. That would be Sachiko. Do you want me to save your friend, no matter what it takes? Who? What are you? I'm the one who controls the fate of this world. I had no clue what she meant by that. But I remember that she'd been giving me advice this whole time. She had a different air about her than the other time the spirits were at the school building. She was different from the other spirits. I felt like maybe she was on my side. Actually, she's the worst spirit of all, just so you know. I want to save her. Please, if there's some way to do it, tell me now. I'll give you another chance to remember. Think hard. What you've just seen are events from your past, which is also the future through which your spirit now passes. In other words, this isn't the first time you've experienced a sequence of events, but you already knew that, didn't you? This sort of thing doesn't happen. It should have sounded like a complete nonsense to me. But I didn't say a word. I just nodded. There were only fragments, but nonetheless, I was seeing a crystal clear visions of what I can assume was my first time experiencing these events. That sense of deja vu I'd been feeling wasn't just some crazy delusion or misidentified nerve impulse in my brain. It was real. Then you've also already seen the trigger event from which your despair originated. So now, you fight against the fated demise. When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the 3rd floor of the school building. When did I get here? How long had I been here? I looked down, and sure enough, there were the puddles of black all around me. It was that vicious fluid that had been spilling out from inside of me. A palpable manifestation of dread spreading across the floor. But this was no time to sulk. I had to think about Seiko. I left her all by herself. Again. I wonder if she's still in the custodian's room. That sound. It was coming from inside the bathroom. Holy crap! Oh no! There was a violent banging coming from inside the stalls, with a lump of my throat and a shiver down my spine. I slowly crept into take a look. There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girl's lavatory. Give me 1 second to make sure I do not screw this up. I'm going to save here. There was an eerie stillness, yep. It didn't feel like there was anyone else in there with me, but I sensed a slight movement from the 3rd stall from the back. Freaking open that door! This is the source of all the bad feelings I had uncomfortable commotions about having. I knew I was going to find. I remember this future. This was the future I absolutely had to prevent from coming to the pass. The image of what waited for me in the stall was buried into my memory. It was now a freaking crap. Ah! Ah! Seiko! Oh. Oh, she's not dead. Phew. I thought when it's a reality she's already dead, but freaking save her! Seiko, you're still alive! I'll save you! There it was again. A flash of the sad future that awaited us if I made even one wrong move here. But there was still time. I could save her. Hold on, I'll get you down. But how? Reduce is pretty high off the ground. I needed some way to get up to the neck height in order to pull her down safely. Something to stand on. I've tried the bucket, the game, but I should try it again. Go ahead, try it. I've tried the first game using the bucket, but by the time I got the bucket and came back here, she was already dead, but I'll try it this time. I'll be right back, Sick. I'm gonna get something to stand on. I hurried out of the hallway to grab the bucket and sitting on the ground earlier. If I were to stand on that, I'd certainly reach Seiko's neck, even at my height. Okay, pick it up! Pick up the freaking bucket! Pick it up! Inside the bucket, yep, there's a bunch of maggots and means of pick it up. Yep, you want to do that and make it disappear into your inventory. You picked it up without hesitation, even though you hesitated. I will save you, I will. Seiko, hold still. I'm going to loosen the rope. I threw the bucket onto the floor upside down and stepped on it like a footstool. Sure enough, this gave me the lift I needed to reach Seiko's neck. This would work. I was going to save her. I positioned my hand at Seiko's shoulder and began feeling around for the knot. But then... Ah! Oh god. No. Freak! Ah! The bottom of the old rusted bucket had given way. I lost my footing and fell, inadvertently pulling down Seiko's body. Her thin neck snapped easily. God, no. No. Seiko! Seiko's neck is twisted unnaturally. Her arms and legs hung limply and swelling back and forth in the momentum of my fall. She would struggle no more. No. No. No! I could still feel the sensations of that last moment on my hand. I was responsible for this. I broke her neck. I killed Seiko. I clasped my hands on either side of my head, and curled up in the fetal squat. This is all predestined to happen. It was an inescapable fate. But somehow, I should have been able to change it. Fear, despair, and anger were all swirling around inside my head, and I couldn't do a thing to quell them. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it, but I couldn't stop it. What the heck was wrong with me? I just went through the same motions as before. I made the exact same mistake. And now, Seiko. Phew. Well, I think I know what to change. Wrong end one. So it actually tells me which end I got. I'm going to save system data. Game already exists. Should I? Yep, I don't know exactly what that did, but I saved, I'm guessing. Saving is always good, unless it's bad. So I'm gonna press the start button. Let's get back in here. Yep, I need to get to the choice I don't want to spend, because okay, think of something else. Get on my shoulders, how about that? No. I remember now. The bottom of that bucket is rusted through. I fall, and I wound up breaking Seiko's neck. Oh! Holy crap! I just don't realize the entire game! Okay. Oh, wow. In the first game, whenever you tried doing this and Seiko died, it was the bucket giving way! I thought it was the fact that... Because it looked like she just dropped it. I thought she just walked up, saw she was dead, and dropped it on the ground. But no, she tried standing on it and it broke. And that's why she broke her neck, is because she was trying to hit one and then it fell through. I just put that all together now. I don't know if you're supposed to figure that out before, or maybe you're just trying to figure that out now, but I just figured this out. Yeah. There must be some other way. Some way to loosen the rope so she could breathe. Though only half conscious, Seiko was thrashing about wildly, frantically squirming for air. It seemed automatic, like a reflex. The body struggled for life when life was being denied. All I could see was watching a body I don't know how to pronounce that word. I should, but I don't. On that rope was proof of positive that she wanted to live. I'm going to save you, I swear. I was going to be alright. I could see the future. Fate was on my side for a change. You got her body, that's what I wanted to do in the first place. I knew I had to lift Seiko's body into the air, loosening the pull on the rope so she could breathe, unfortunately. While writhing? Is it writhing or writhing? I don't know. I'm gonna say writhing. While writhing, Seiko inadvertently kicked me square in the jaw. The force of the blow caused me to stumble and fall backwards. Seiko! She's really suffering. I have to hurry. And she's dead. Seiko! Seiko's neck was, yep, I've gone through this before. So, I did not mean to do that. I'm gonna click here, load, and I'm going to load this save right here. Okay, I'm gonna think of something else this time. I cannot grab her body, otherwise she'll kick me in the jaw and then die. So now there's more dialogue for me to read, so I shall get to this. No, wait. I remember this, too. If I try to lift her, I'm just going to end up pulling down harder than breaking her neck. Seiko. What do I do? There has to be something else. Hoisting her up. That's what I wanted you to do in the first place. I'm not trying to hold her up. I wanted you to get on the shoulder because that saved. Who did it save? Who? I remember in the game, like the first game, it saved someone putting on shoulders. It was Satoshi and someone else. I forget, but it did something. So let's just hoist her on the shoulders. That was it. I needed to lift her higher up. I quickly ducked under Seiko's body and forced myself between her, wildly flailing her legs until she was sitting on my shoulders. Then I put everything I had in my back muscles, standing up and lifting her into the air. This created enough slack in the rope that the upper half of Seiko's body, weakened as it is, unnaturally collapsed against the back wall. Thinking fast, I took a step forward and actively pushed her into it, holding her in place so her head wouldn't drop back down again. Seiko, stay with me. Breathe. 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 I'm going to get you out of this rope now, okay? Just hold still. All the hair in my body was standing on end. I actually did it. I averted fate. I prevented Seiko's death. I could feel it all throughout my being. I had just stepped into a new world, a new destiny. It was an odd sensation. My deja vu, my memories of that horrible future, had ground to a halt. I had no idea what would happen from now on. It seems the only memories I retained from that other timeline was the ones related to my dearest friend's demise. Seiko had stopped squirming and simply slumped over, exhausted from the whole ordeal. I reached my hand onto her neck, gently and carefully, and after a lot of fumbling, successfully untied the knot from the rope. Peeling the slack noose off Seiko's neck made a sort of crackling sound with each yank. I was in awe of how much force the rope had exerted. It was painful just thinking about it. Up through this morning, she was all smiles and laughter. She was always thinking about me, and always so kind and outgoing. Why did something so horrible have to happen to her? But there was nothing to be afraid of anymore. Seiko and I had now bypassed the sad fate that previously awaited us. As long as the two of us were together, we'd make it through this. I looked down at Seiko, still breathing, and sobbed. Got a drink. I led Seiko out of the stall and gently laid her down on the bathroom floor. She was too weak to go any further just yet. Seiko, you idiot! Why would you try to hang yourself? I was so worried about you. I have no idea. I laid my head on her body. She was so warm. I wasn't going to let her go again. I wasn't going to let anyone take her away from me. It's okay. It's okay now. I'm sorry, Seiko. I won't ever leave you alone again. Do you understand? Can you see me? It's Naomi. What is it? Seiko! What's wrong? It's me. It's me! Seiko wasn't acting like herself. She was regarding me as if she'd just been seen a ghost. Her face was plainly painted with the objective fear from the very depths of her soul. She stumbled to her feet clumsily, then hastily darted out of the room. No! Seiko! What? Why? I didn't understand. Was she confused? Either way, I had to catch her. Get back here, little rapscallion. Wait! Tell me what's going on. It's me! It's Naomi! I kept pace with Seiko's frantic, unsteady sprinting as she turned the corner and headed down the staircase. And then... Ah! No. Well, freak! That happened. That was a thing, and that was a very bad thing at that, and I'm just going to read this. Ah. No, whoa. Why, Seiko? I saved you, I just saved you. Ha ha. Gulp, hack, ugh, it smells rotten, giggle. Ah. Cackle, oh poor you, giggle, did you really think you could save her? Once someone's fate passes through these halls, it locks place forever. Don't you see, if your destiny is to die here, then that's what's going to happen no matter what. I'm going to start being serious because this seems like a serious point. And the way you die will just keep getting worse and worse every time. Good girl. Don't worry, I'll gladly extract all your painful memories for now. This isn't your first time here after all, right? We have all the time in the world to savor all the new, unspeakable ways your friend can die. No! Such unbearable cruelty. This was an inhuman malevolence, the likes of which I'd never even imagined could exist. Because of my own overzealous actions, Seiko wound up meeting a fate even worse than death by hanging. It's my fault. My fault! But tears began raining down Seiko's cheek, and on her forehead, into her nose, into her mouth, into her eyes. But Seiko's eyes wouldn't close. Despite lacking the ability to focus anymore, she just kept staring right at me. Oh, Seiko, what are you looking at right now? What thoughts are you going through your mind? Why did you run from me earlier? Why were you so afraid? But no matter how many times I asked her these questions, Seiko just wouldn't answer. I told her we'd always be friends, no matter what. That we'd always be together. Answer me, please. Say something. Don't leave me alone. I could still feel the warmth from Seiko's head in my arms. But she was gone now. I was powerless. All I could do was scream. There's nothing else I could do. Nothing would change. Not that the screaming helped. All that did was echo back at me, as if mocking my pain. I felt like I was trapped in a cold, damp cell. I had no doubt in my mind that this was heck. You know what? I'm gonna say it because it's a place, it's not a cuss word. I'm gonna say this hell. Why do we have to put through this nightmare? God, I can't take it anymore. Get me out of there. Someone, please, save me. That was actually the right end. Alternate universe tale. What? What now? Okay, yeah, I cleared it. Yeah, I did. I definitely did. Satomi Arai, soulful testimony unlocked in bonus menu. We'll have to check that out then. Save system data? Yes, I shall. That was a freaking horrible ending. Ah! Why? Why did we have to? Yeah, I'm not going to question you. I'm just going to go check these bonuses and see if it will make me feel any better. Hello, whatever soulful testimony. Listen to the commentary of the members of the game's voice cast. Nah, unlock status. Review progress toward unlocking 100% of the game's bonus features. Huh, yeah, why not? Albums, music, cast interviews. So you actually get to, like, after you get to the game, you get to see, like, the people in the game and cast interviews and stuff. That's cool. Options. Is there a way to check my endings? Ending list. Ending list right here. Yep, I got the good end, alright. That's a horrible thing. Yes, it is. Well, it's only like 12:30. I've been going on for like actually it's not even 12:30, it's 12:10. I've been going on for like an hour and 10 minutes, so I should still be able to play. I hit continue. I need to back that up. I need to slow my roll. And go to new chapter and demise. And I'm going to view the opening if it doesn't automatically already.